Why do you quit your job so easily without fighting? Does having a mom who's a nurse and a sister who does not have kids make you feel spoiled and expect them to cover you financially? The day your sister has her own family and your mom goes in pension, will you still be an easy job quitter? Do you have entitlement issues? Do you think your mom owes you for not giving you opportunities your sisters had? Do you expect your sister to feel bad that she went to private school and got better opportunities and now she must help you raise your kids? Hey guys, we are back with a part two. Part two, I'm going to try and make it short because I feel like part one is probably already like 45 minutes, if not an hour. And so now for part two, we are going through YouTube. Let us see. The drama, guys. Literally, I'm reading this. I'm just, oh my god. Chennai Makoni, it feels like I'm going through a heartbreak. Nothing from you every week. I will be fine though. I promise, baby, it's over. It's over. Mom is back. Mama's here and Mama's back. The drama, you guys. Okay, Michelle Mimi, I introduced my sister to your channel a few months ago. She's so obsessed. Yesterday we were talking about how much we miss you and how much we love your content. We can't wait for you to come back. I thank you so much firstly for introducing and sharing me with your family. That means a lot to me, and I am, by the time you watch this, I'm still deciding when I'm going to post this, but you know what, I'll be back soon. If you see this oh sorry, see this, it means I'll be back soon. So as a single mom, unemployed currently, regarding finances, how you're managing rent, school fees. Okay, so I spoke about that in part one. It was asked by someone else on YouTube. I hope that you guys, by the time you're here, you've already watched part one, so you don't feel like I missed anything. You guys, most of these are not even like, I saw I've got like over 100 comments, and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of questions. It's not even questions, it's just you wishing me well, and I'm just gonna cry now. Okay, the question is from Sisana K. When you make a decision of leaving your job, do you consider how it affects them? Consider your kids and how it affects them? More so the constant moving. Do you not think this is somehow somehow affect them as adults in terms of stability? Sisana, I don't know. Maybe you mistaken me for someone else. I've never quit a job and had to move my kids. I've never had to quit a job and my kids' life was disrupted. My kids still go to the same schools that they've gone to. My kids' lifestyle is still the same. My kids don't even know I'm unemployed. So I'm not sure. Maybe you are mistaking me for another creator. But just to answer your question, do I consider my kids before I leave a job? I'm a single mother. What makes you think like those are the only people I consider? But to answer the second part of your question about instability, I'm not sure where that would be coming from, as my children's life has never been affected. Their lifestyle is still the exact same thing. They haven't changed schools, they haven't changed their lifestyle, they still do the same extracurricular activities, they haven't had to move cities, no one has had to move their life because I quit a job. And I like how Hope responds and says, do you prefer she remained in an unhealthy working environment? Mental health comes first. That's it. And then Leseho also chimes in and she says, I'd like to answer this question on her behalf, saying in a toxic work environment, especially if it's in a form of management, affects them too, because it affects how she parents, relations at home, and staying in, it's never an answer, and her kids know that she's a single parent. Thank you, Leseho. When someone says to me, before you quit a job, are you considering of your kids? Those are the people that I consider first. A horrible environment. When I quit my job the other year with no plan B, the reason why I quit my job is because I came home one time and I had a horrible day at work. I came home and I screamed at Alwande. I shouted at Alwande. I'll never forget that day. And that's not the parent I am. I don't raise my voice when it comes to my children. I try to gentle parent and as much as I can. That's how I knew I needed to quit my job, because it was making me horrible. So Lesejo is telling the truth when she says that staying in an unhealthy environment actually affects my children more than it would when I quit. But to answer your question, Sisana, my kids are good. Thank you. Okay, Eugenia, what advice would you give a 28-year-old mother of twins who wants to go back to school but wasn't smart during high school but wants to try again for her children? Baby, why is this even a question? Listen, I'm not a fan of school. Ne? I got my diploma at TUT and I left. I was just like, yeah, I came here, I got what I came here and I'm gone. But there are times where I'm just like, yo, I wish I studied further, because sometimes I look at people who studied further and I'm always just like, what? Like, you guys are actually doing well. Even though personally, I don't think I'll ever be able to go back and sit in a classroom and study. But baby, if you have the financial means to study, please do. Even if you're taking a short course or you're going for your dreams. When you're talking about you wasn't smart during high school, girl, you and me both. I've never been a academically smart person, and maybe that's why I don't like school. I'm not that person. I'm street smart. I'm boy smart. Maybe not boy smart, because I'm smart in all avenues in life except in class. So I get you. Guys, my sister's calling me and I'm recording. I'm going to force her to say hi. I'm forcing you to say hi to, because I'm recording. You're going to say hi to my people.
Hi, people.
You are frozen. Yes. Eugenia, do go back to school. If you do have the financial means, do go back to school. And anyone else is in the same situation, if you have the financial means, please, guys, like, no one will ever take away your education. No one will ever take away your qualification. That's the best thing you can do for your children, because not only are you doing it for yourself, you're also teaching your children that it's never too late. I mean, you're 28, you're young, you're very, very young. But I think also you're going to teach your children that it's never too late. Whether you're starting a new course or you are continuing your old course, it's never too late. Just school. School is cool. Mamo Happy says, I'm new to this channel and what touched my heart is how open you are to your daughter Alwande. The bond between the two of you is admirable. That's the biggest reason that made me subscribe. Thank you, babe. Thank you. Tepi, so Jikelane, you know, since you have been on a break, I realize how much I love you and how phenomenal you are, babe. My question is around your eldest daughter. How is she doing mentally after being at the mental haven, and what are you doing to keep herself sane and in a better place? Also, what financial advice would you give someone planning on leaving her job, and how they can prepare for it? The first part of the question, I did mention on part 1 that I'm going to try and sit down with Alwande. If she's comfortable, we can answer these questions together. There's not really, I can't really answer for her. But the second part is financial advice on preparing to leave a job. I think that I want to say the typical thing of saving, but I do know that it's hard for us to save, because for me personally, it's hard to save because if I see the money, I'm going to put it back in my account. I did talk about my finances on the first part, where I speak about how I just call my banker, or call whoever you bank with. You don't even have to be a private banker. Just call whoever you bank with and ask them to take the money from your account and put it in a place where you can't access it that easy. I have a 32-day notice account. I can access it. Yeah, they're going to charge me money if I take my money. Like this morning, I withdrew from my 32-day account. Okay, they charged me 95 rand. In the grand scheme of life, I withdrew 2,000 rand. They charged me 95 rand. That's nothing because I need the money now. But I do have my unit trust with FNB, which you can withdraw from, but it takes a lot. So I think that just prepare yourself by babies are on mad money. Just hide money, and make sure you don't see it, you know, because when you see money, you believe that you have it, even though you do have it. But when you see it, it's so easy for you to just get into it. So I think just get that mad money, just hide your money, hide. And I think for me, I hid enough money to make sure that I survive. I'm on month 3. I don't want to repeat myself because I already said that. I'm on month 3 of unemployment, and I'm on month 3 of not getting an income at all, because I've been absent here and I haven't been doing any Instagram campaigns at all. So I'm in month 3 of just living off my investments and my savings. So I would suggest that if you can, as well as what is this, just save as much as you can. And also, I was lucky, I don't take jobs where I'm not going to get a provident fund when I leave. So I'm very clear about when I take a job, I need for it to have benefits of a profit and fund, so that when I leave, I don't leave with nothing. I was at my previous company for a year, so that when I did leave, I left with enough to sustain me for at least, what I left with in that company was at least 2 months. So I'm lucky and I'm privileged in that fact, Guti. I do work for good companies that take care of people, but always just make sure that you have mad money for at least 2 to 3 months. I mean, surely by then you would have found another job, unless if your goal is not to go back to the workplace. Babalwa Precious Ndlabu. Hi Mandy, I've been wanting to ask, as a content creator, you've never had an incident lapho ubuntu abantu baxabana nawe for showing their face on their vlog? Imagine usemsebenzini ngithe ngiyagula nako ngibona kwi vlog ngisemall having fun. As a vlogger, YouTube content creator, have I ever had an issue, because she finishes it in Zulu, have I ever had an issue where I fight with people because I posted them on my vlog, them being in places where they're not supposed to be? She makes an example. Imagine I told people at work I'm sick and now I'm at a restaurant having fun, or because they saw me on Mandy's camera. I've never had an issue with that. The only person I've had an issue with is my baby daddy. Guys, no, my God. I wish this was the last, guys, my cheeks are so, I wish this was the last question I read, because this is the funniest thing ever. The only person I've never had that, like, I'm very big on, oh guys, sorry, I've got a Checkers order. I needed that break from Checkers 60 because Baba like killed me. I've never had that issue of having someone being mad at me because I show them on my vlog. Oh, I have. I had a guy friend who was mad at me for showing him on the vlog, and he was just like, what's my girlfriend going to say? I was just like, oh, okay, whatever. Then my baby daddy, both the incidences has been men who obviously did not tell their people, partners, where they would be. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to take down a vlog because of you. I had an issue with my baby daddy. He once asked me to take down one of my vlogs because, mind you, basically that he was coming to see his child when he is not supposed to, I guess. But I've never, well, I fought with my baby daddy because I was like, at the end of the day. And for you to even feel that comfortable to tell me that, sort out your matters at home and leave me out of it. But this is the funniest thing I've read all day. Teresai Njeri says, not a question, but I love your content, Mandy, from Wangu's channel, love from Kenya. Guys, when I tell you, even on my first vlog, I mean my first sit down, my first parts, the day I come to Kenya, I love Wangu's channel. I'll link her channel below. I love her way. I love the editing. I love the way she shoots. I love her content. Most importantly, I love her music. I've stolen a song or two from her vlogs. She's got amazing taste in music. Guys, please do subscribe to our fellow sister in Kenya. I thought Wangu was from Namibia, but you know what? I do know that Wangui is from, I think Wangui is in Namibia, but I know that Terry is from Kenya. So thank you, baby. Pumza Nonko Bongo. Do you plan on introducing membership on your channel? And then Utumi Baloi says, please do any way that we can guarantee our contribution. Everyone's doing it, you might as well. And Abongile says, yes, I agree. No, I will never introduce memberships on my channel, and I'll tell you guys why. I know that everyone's doing it, and good for them. But I will tell you why. The reason why, our reasons for being on YouTube are not the same. I started YouTube not knowing that I could make money out of it. I started YouTube to build a community of mothers like me who are struggling with deadbeats and single dads. And financially, I know that my audience is not the richest. So I'm not going to, now that I feel like, oh, I've reached 40-something thousand subscribers, there's some content I'm going to keep away from you. I started this platform to be as open and honest and as vulnerable as possible. So I feel like introducing a channel It's basically me now saying, Guti, now there's a certain type of people that can access a certain part of my life. When I started this channel, it was for everybody. This channel will always be free. It will always be for everybody as long as you have some data. You can watch. I'm not going to introduce membership. I appreciate the support and the suggestion, but my target audience, guys, sometimes I get like messages on comments, people being like, oh Mandy, when I download your video, do you still make money? I don't think I do make money when you download the video, but I don't care for that. I'm happy that you actually watch my video. I'm just happy you watch. I understand that our country and our bordering countries as well, data is expensive. So already the fact that you are using your work data, work Wi-Fi to download, I appreciate that. And when you get home, some of you guys use your midnight data to watch my stuff. Do you understand what it takes to sit up until midnight? Unless if you have insomnia. But do you understand what it takes to sit up until midnight to watch someone? That means so much to me, you guys. So I know that the lens that my people go to support me, and I'm not going to take that away from you by introducing memberships. I'm okay. I'm okay with the money that I make just from you guys watching here. And because, as mentioned, we're all here for different reasons. Mine is not to make money. Obviously, the money is great. What? The money is great, but my core reason for being here is to create and nurture a community that is left outside. So, no memberships. Hi Mandy, Miss Letty Matiba says, hi Mandy, any lessons to people, mostly women under 35, or what have you realized about life and yourself after turning 35? Well, I turned 35 3 months ago, and I turned 35 and then my life just went just before I turned 35. But I think I did mention on my previous part 1 that I'm so happy about how I handle situations now. I handle situations so much better than I did younger. And I think that what I would women under 35, if you haven't already, please work on nurturing and cultivating friendships with women. Stay away from broke and broken men, because they will bring you down. Stay away from men and people who just try to humble you, because that thing will play with your self-esteem. Have discernment. Know when someone is for you and know when someone is not for you. Leave at the first sign of disrespect, because once somebody disrespects you once and you allow it, it will happen again and again and again. I think that is for me what I'm learning now, and I'm learning it through dating. But in dating, I'm learning how important it is to leave at the first sign of disrespect. Because the first sign of a red flag, first sign of disrespect, you need to go, because it won't get better. So please. Decent men, do things because you want to. I saw a video of Slim Hlongo not so long ago, and she's talking about how it irritates her how sometimes she listens to girls talking about, let's go to a jazz festival so we can meet men. And she was just like, why can't we just go to a jazz festival? Just because we like it. Why is everything based on let's go to there so we can meet men? Because what happens is, I've seen it with myself. I mean, there was a time in my life where I was just like, oh, let's go to that. There's a gentleman's bar I like in Melrose. I don't know if they still have it, but your girl used to be a frequent. I used to frequent there. It's by Protea Fire and Ice Hotel in Melrose Arc. I don't know if it's Arc or Arch. Don't come for me. And it's like down. It's a gentleman's bar, gentleman's club. Obviously, ladies are welcome as well. I used to be like, oh, let's go meet men. And then when you don't meet anyone that day, now so the attitude is bad. It's just bad, and you want to go home, and it's ruining the fun for everyone. So when Snee said that, I was just like, actually, she's so right. So, but we need to decenter men and romantic relationships so we can actually have fun. Because now we're going to a jazz festival hoping to meet rich men, and when you don't, now you're sour, you know. So basically, for me, what I would tell someone who's younger than me, cultivate your friendships with women. Like, guys, cultivate your friendships with women. Those people will always be there for you. Decenter men in all aspects, like decenter. Date, obviously, have fun, but don't live your life in hopes to find men or in hopes to attract a certain man. Because you know, some girls will be like, I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't club, I don't wear makeup, just because you're trying to attract a man. Men, they'll go cheat on you with the girl who does the exact same opposite of what you don't do for him. If you are that girl, be that girl, you know. Stay away from broke men. Like, I know it sounds shallow, but broke men are not happy with themselves. And when someone's not happy with themselves, trust me, they will make you unhappy with yourselves. Stay away from broke men and stay away from broken men. You're not rehabilitation. You're not a kiso. You're not an institution for them to recover themselves. Can you talk about your tattoos? Lord Yandi. Yeah, guys. So, okay. I think I've spoken about my tattoos there. Okay, I've got this one. It's a woman with two girls. They're sitting at the beach. It's me and it's written Milani and Alwande. I've got this one. It is my grandmother's name and also a leaf. My grandmother is Ivy. And the leaf is the ivy plant. I've got one. This one is a matching tattoo that I have with my sister. Mine says no matter where and hers says no matter what. And I think that we did that because my sister is always there for me no matter what. Like no matter what, she will drop things and be there for me. And for me, I asked to have the no matter where because Noma could be in Bloemfontein. If she says I need you now, I'm getting in my car and I'm going. If I don't have a car, I'm calling a friend who has a car and we're going. I have a, let's see if I can, this was my actual first tattoo. See, I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm gonna try and take a picture and put it up here. It's a cupid and it's written Alwande. That's my first tattoo. I want to cover it and put a proper one on my back with Alwande. And I actually want to tattoo Alwande's face. I want to tattoo both my kids' face, but Alwande at the most because, you know, Alwande is my firstborn. You know, she's my introduction to motherhood. She has taught me a lot. I have like these 3 stars. I have no explanation as to why I have these. I was young and I was dumb. And I also want to cover them. I want to actually get a sleeve. So I want to get a sleeve to cover these stars. Then I have another one. Who asked me this question? Laudi. Yande find. The other tattoo I have, you'll have to see me naked to see it. So I don't know if you want to see me naked. I'm joking. Vivian, hi Mandy, I'm your greatest fan from Kenya and you aspire. So I was asking which online jobs would you recommend? Firstly, guys, when I say I have to go to Kenya. I have to. I think I've spoken about this, Vivian. A lot of people are like, oh, where do I get remote jobs? Where do I get online jobs? I don't know. I've just been lucky to work for companies that allow remote work. You know what I mean? I don't specifically be like, I know there are sites where you can get remote work. I don't know how legit they are, but for me, I've just been lucky to work for companies who post-COVID decided to shut down their offices and have remote work. Hey Mandy, so it's Joanne. Hey Mandy, I started watching you this year and honestly I miss you because I usually do my chores while watching your vlogs. I'm single and have no kids. I just turned 29. Keep it that way, baby! But I had to move back home. It's been really, really hard. I actually started watching because algorithmed, and you were talking about going back home. I feel so miserable and stuck, and I would like to know if there's any advice you can offer. I don't necessarily have any questions, but I would like to know how that journey was for you and how you got through it. The hardest part has been basically reverted to my 16-year-old self because I'm not allowed to go out since I'm unemployed. I'm the maid. Suffocating. Yeah, Joanne. Unfortunately, that is the downside of moving home. The downside of staying home is that, especially when you are unemployed, you will be the maid. And I hate that treatment. It's that thing about, well, everyone else at work, what have you been sitting at home doing all day? Granted, we all contribute how we can, but sometimes when you're unemployed, people can treat you like you're not human. So I understand. I think what I'm proud of you for is that you don't have a child. I always see this thing on Facebook, people being like, well, a lot is happening, but at least I'm not pregnant. At least I don't have a child. It's a joke, but it's not. There's so many things that you can do. There's so many things that you can do when you don't have a child, and I'm glad that you don't. I don't have advice because I know exactly what you're going through. It's hard. But what I can say that, as mentioned, I'm proud of you for at least it's just you. You don't have a child that's keeping you home. I do wish you find a job really, really soon. And I know sometimes it's very, very hard to stay with friends or whatever. So I don't want to be like, maybe, 1 month stay with one friend and 1 month stay with another friend, especially when you're not working because you feel like you can't contribute. So home is your only option. All I can say is begezela. But the child-free part, keep it that way for as long as possible, for as long as you feel that you can get back on your feet again. Kids in Sports says, yesterday I was telling my kids how much I miss you. My son, 13, said, Mama, you need a life. These kids go look for friends and a boyfriend. These kids! You are really lonely, Mandy. I know you talk a lot about going out, looking for friends, and I love that my scars are painful. And I want to focus on building a future for them. We have a similar journey in this life thing. The only difference is that I don't have a social life and I'm not public about my struggles. Please come back. I'd like to meet you one day. I'd like to meet you too. I don't know your real name, but it's your thingy is, let me just go to your profile. It's Kids in Sports. And we can talk. Your son is right. Go outside. Go outside. I hear you talking about, you are still your scars are painful and you want to focus on rebuilding a future for them. Your kids are always gonna be there. Fortunately, unfortunately, your children will always be there. Go outside, Mama. I did that. I stayed in the house for 3. I stayed in the house for 3 full years, healing my scars, being the best present parent that I could be, and I was missing out. When I think about how long I stayed single and celibate, it was 3 full years. The first year, really, I should have stayed single and celibate because, I was going through it. But year 2 and year 3, 2022, 2023, I feel like I was ready to be outside, but I just put my heart out to my children. I started thinking about all the dates I missed, the vacations I missed, the nights out I missed, the sex I missed. Whew. So yes, Mommy, I know that making friends in our adult life is hard, but I always tell people about, okay, so you've got a son who's 13. Whenever you go to your son's school for his sports stuff, chat up another woman there who's by themselves. And also that's when you meet other single parents at sports stuff. I made a lot of single parents at Alwande's sports stuff in the past 2 years, and I made friends with them. One of them actually, Unsigi, I need to meet her for lunch, but she and Alwande were friends. Her daughter and my daughter were friends, and then we end up being friends. We all both single mothers and stuff. So lean into your son's friends' mothers. If they're single mothers like you, that's how you make your friends. You don't have to be public about your struggles, and you don't have to, but you have to have a social life. Please shoot your shots on friendships. I promise you, the worst someone can do is probably just ignore you, and then you keep it moving. That hurts, but you keep it moving. But I think the best place to start as a mom is at your children's social events. Anita Seichiro, I hope I'm pronouncing it right, but shout out to Anita. Anita's been here, I want to say, since day 1, but I only see your name. Shout out, baby. How are you? And also every day when you wake up, what's the first emotion you feel? I think I touched on it on my part 1, but the emotions I feel are very much go, because you need to take Milani to school, you need to take care of Milani. But then I've been at my place now for a couple of days by myself. So when I wake up, aguna go. It is wake up and sit in your feelings, and the feeling is anxiety. The emotion. Is anxiety an emotion or a feeling? Whatever it is. I feel anxiety. And then within 20 minutes, I'm back to being calm again. It's very, very scary though, because it's just like, your heart. Celebrity gossiper entertainment. How did you become a freelancer? I have communications degree and I'm struggling. Celebrity gossiper, I would have liked to, let me see if your profile has your real name. I think for me, everything that has happened in my life has been luck. I have been working for 14 years. So when I do, and in the 14 years, you create friendships, you create relationships, you create a reputation for yourself. So when I do feel like shit, I'm drowning, there's always somebody to reach out. In the 14 years of me working, I've done a lot of favors for a lot of people. So on moments where I feel like I'm drowning, I call in my favors. People don't forget what you did for them. people never forget. Whether it's you gave someone coverage, because obviously you in communications degree, so you know the industry. PR people and journalists work hand in hand. So a PR person will send me a press release that, you know, her job depends on it. And I took that press release and I posted it on True Love magazine when I was working on True Love. And then that did a lot for her job. She probably got a raise because of that. And for me, I was just posting it because I'm bored, let me post. People don't forget that. I've met so many people in the past couple of years who are just like, oh, I didn't know your face, but I know your name, and you've done so much for me. You published this and this and this and this. So then Nami, I remember, oh, when I'm in shit, I'm going to call 1, 2, 3. So basically what I'm trying to say, for me, it's been relationships that have been built over the last 14 years. And there comes a time where I'm just like, it's time to call in favors. It's time to cash out my investments, even though obviously it's not. But I outside that, I actually don't. I will link 2 Facebook groups below that has freelance work, but I just feel like they only choose each other, the white people. So yeah, but I'll link them in case, you know, you are like, yeah, I've been on those groups for 4 years, I've never gotten a freelance gig there, but the white people do. Whiteys do get freelance gigs there. Okay, this video is getting long and I don't want it to get long. Josephine, where did you buy your couch? If there's a link, I would appreciate it. I'm looking for something similar. It's from Rochester. It's so funny. Yesterday I was doing a friendship breakup video and I mentioned that the couch you guys love so much cost me a friend. I laugh now, but damn, it was painful when it happened. I got it at Rochester. At that time it was about 20 grand, but I saw, I mean, that was in 2020 March, April, no, I was giving birth in March, in May. I saw last year they had a sale. It was 15 or 13k. I will look for it on the Rochester site and I will link it here, or I'll just respond on your thingy. Yeah. Zageti Mhlongo Hayes, Zageti, shout out to you. How you doing mentally and what are you doing to keep mentally healthy? And co-parenting update. And then co-parenting update, there's. I don't know why I keep postponing this question. You're probably the 7th person. I'm hungry before I answer it. Unondo me, so if possible, when I come back, I must make a live video so we can just sit and chat about everything parent-related, highs and lows, over a bottle of wine or tea. That would be nice. I've never got. I did a live on. It was Tony's birthday, not this January. Last January, and I went on Instagram live, but we were so drunk I don't remember it, and since then I've been scared. But this would be nice actually when you're live. Oh yeah, when you're live, because the questions pop up and I answer in real time. This will be nice. But how do I do a live with a camera, or I have to do it with my phone? Usiyamthanda Zitumane, she likes going live. Benonzwaki Unaisa Bay, Zobabuza, how they go live. We'll do it. Happiness says, Ngane, your sister seems too serious. Does she have a boyfriend? Does she dance on top of a table or sing? Does she scream? I'm screenshotting this to send it to her right now. Guys, the thing about social media is that you see a very small part of someone's life. You don't see everything. But she does dance. She used to dance on top of tables. She does sing. She definitely does scream. The boyfriend, but I mean, that's my sister's personal life, so I'm not going to answer. But this, this is funny. I'm going to send it to her. Shitzi said, oh, Chitzi, knowing what you know now, what advices would you tell your daughters about dating men? I think I mentioned them earlier. Do not give yourself to men. Do not give yourself to one man. Find yourself before a man finds you. Know who you are before you. Don't give yourself to the first man you meet just because they say nice things to you. Learn yourself. Date. And listen to men speak. When men speak and you listen to them, they tell on themselves. Look out for red flags. Do not... And most importantly, date with an abundance mindset. A lot of us date. I'm a single mom of 2. I'm told every day, who's gonna love you? Who's gonna marry you? and that what they want you to limit and shrink yourself so that you take whoever comes. There's a lot of men out there who gonna love me, who gonna accept me. I remember every time I say I don't want to date a man with children, people are just like, but you got kids. Guess what? I'm dating a man without children. So it's just a thing, Guti. What you want exists, and do not settle. Like, I cannot wait to tell I tell Alwande all the time, do not settle. I don't know, they come and tell me her stories. I'm like, put my lap, don't settle. Men abayindawo. Our parents were right, baby. Abafana abapheli. Abayindawo. Take your time, get to know them, and leave at the first sign of red flag. How are you mentally, emotionally, spiritually, job hunting, relationship with my daughter, checking if you're okay. See, I'm telling you, I just spoke about her. Miss your vlogs. Bye. Okay. I think most of the question is just, oh, are you okay? Batlang Chabanga, are you currently seeing someone? If it happens you have a man, after how long will you introduce them to your kids? I've spoken about this before. No man will ever meet my children. Ever. I'm not doing that. There was a Mazi book or asked, do you think applying for solo custody for your child is a good idea if it would help with your mental health and peace? Yeah, if the other parent is not in the picture and they're not trying to be around, apply for it. It's so much easier. I mean, both my kids, their fathers, they're not on the birth certificate, and it was on purpose. Milani's dad wanted to be. Milani's dad was there when Milani was on the hospital when Milani was born. He was there for the birth. He came every day until I was discharged. He was present. But I was just like, your name is not going on my child's birth certificate. I'm the sole primary custodian of this child. It makes it easier to travel with my children. It makes it easier when I apply for schools, when I apply for other things. So if the other parent is not around and you're saying it's going to help with your mental health, please do it. Please go ahead. Unyeleti, shout out Nyeleti, I've seen you too many times here before. She says, hi Mandy, if Melani's dad wants to come back and apologize and want you guys to have a relationship, will you give him another chance? If not, would it be because of how he hurt you or because he's married? If yes, why? I feel like I'm interviewing you. Okay, let's answer this question. I wanted to get to this question before I answered the co-parenting one because they all come together. Nyeleti, if Melani's dad wants to come in a relationship, no. Is it because he hurt you or is it because he's married? Both. So co-parenting with Milani's dad it doesn't exist anymore. And every time I say, okay, what's your plan? What's your plan? What's your plan? He'd just, just never really have an answer. I even went as far as saying he must actually take me to court for for visitation, so that we have like something on paper that and he didn't. Then about 2 weeks ago, he was coming from Joburg Day, and Joburg Day apparently was very close to us. So, and he wasn't driving his car, so he felt safe to come, because whenever he comes with his car, pop-ups. So I also one time asked him, every time you come see your Milani, there's drama with your wife, she pop whatever, just don't come here. So then he calls me and he says, listen, I'm at Joburg Day, I'm not far from you, and I'm not driving my car, so no one will be able to track me. I'd like to come see my child. Great. Then, guys, I don't know when Joburg Day was. I want to say it was on the 5th of September. I'm trying to make a point. Let me just Google where Joburg Day. The 7th of September. He came on the 7th of September to come see his child. The last time he has seen his child was at the lunch after the concert, which was the 3rd of August. So a month went by with him not seeing his child, not calling his child, nothing. And even with him saying, okay, I'm not too far from you, can I come see my child? I still opened up my home. So come through, come see your child. It's your child. At the end of the day, she's been asking about you. He comes and they spend time with Milani, and then Milani goes to sleep. Then me and him start having adult conversations. Speak of the devil, guys, and I'm gonna answer. Hi. It's so crazy, guys. Idlozilla, baby daddy one is on him. But yeah, I don't even know what last I said, but I think I was talking about how me and him we're just very, very close as friends. And in our friendship conversation, I realized that Milani's dad hasn't put things in place that will make sure that his daughter comes first. You know what I mean? There's still a lot of people in the background that he will rather make happy over his own daughter, and it's fucked up, you know. I just got off the phone now with him. The fact that he's calling me now wanting to speak to his daughter, he should know that his daughter is not with me if he wasn't a consistent person. I will give him this much though. One of the reasons how I've been able to survive financially in the past few months has been because of him. He has played a huge role in my finances and basically survive, because even Namanja, when he's just like, oh, Milan is not with you, I'm like, no, I'm at my house. He's just like, oh, do you need anything, you know, like it's cold, I'm checking on you guys, and I heard that in case it ended snowing, so you know, he was just checking. But in him checking, there's also a, do you need anything, can I send you some money? And obviously I will always appreciate that. And with that being said, Guti, this person has played a role in making sure that I'm okay and I'm living. It's just so hard to be mad at Milani's dad because he contributes in places that he contributes at, but I don't need him financially. I need him physically to be there for his child. And that's where we clash a lot. And I don't know what it's going to take for him to be able to be here for his child 24/7, not 24/7, but consistently, because that's what a baby needs. It's just sad to lose a friend based on this, you know. It's sad to have to deal with a child asking me, where's daddy? And then when we try to call daddy, he's not going to answer because it is at home, and if he answers Milani's call, then it's uncomfortable for him. That's how I feel like Guti, there's just always like people that he'll always put before Milani. And obviously you guys know who I'm talking about when I say people. And he puts a grown woman over his own child, you know. When he knows that when I call at 8 p.m, it's not me calling, it's the child. Like, Milan has grown to a point now where she can actually take my phone, unlock it. I've had to teach Milan how to unlock my phone because obviously it's just the two of us in the house. If I faint, I need her to be able to call whoever she needs to call. So sometimes Milan just grabs my phone, unlocks it, and calls him. And I told him one time that I'll never call you out of the blue. So when you do get a call out of the blue, it will be from Milani. I'll text you before I call you. And also there's hardly ever a reason for me and him to be on the phone if Milan is not around, because he's a texter as well. So I'm gonna have to shut it down really soon, but I'm glad that we spoke about the things that a lot of people have been, you know, wondering about. I do really hope that Milan's dad and I come to a place where he comes to a place where he prioritizes his child. I will always have faith in him, but there are the measures that I also have to take to make sure that my child is protected, and sometimes those measures may come across really hard. I can see he tries, but it's not enough for a child. It's enough for me. Like, I get the financial end of it, and Shem, even with the finances, he's always been, I think I mentioned in the first video that whatever he's been ordered to pay by the court, he always pays extra. So he always does what he can when he can, but I need him to be more involved in the child more than the finances. So that's where the co-parenting part stands. But for me, I think what I'm learning from this experience is that most men, and not even what I've learned from this experience is that, you know how you guys are always say that it hurts that my baby daddies are present for their other children, not mine. The only reason why they're present for those other children is because they have access to their mothers. I've learned that most men, if you don't give them access to you, they don't want the kids. Men don't like kids. I always say this, men don't even like their own children. And for me, this is it. It proves what I feel. And I feel like I always want to be proven wrong, Wuti. Just because you have hope, or you think that you can still have access to me, then it means you won't parent. But when you realize that, oh shit, I don't have access to this person at all, then now you want to stop parenting. It's a lot, it's complicated. I do hope that one day me and him, we're going to be able to get through this and be the friends that we actually are. Like, that's my boy, like that's my homie, and I really hope that one day he starts seeing us as the friends that we actually are and the parents that we're supposed to be, instead of the couple that we could have been or would have been, you know. I am going to shut it down here. There is a lot of other questions, but they mostly, you know, co-parenting, how you doing. Someone just asked, Queen Mazibuko just asked if I ever dream of getting married. Never. Again, never. Too much sacrifice that goes into marriage. So I'm already sacrificing a lot by being a single parent, so I'm not going to do that to myself. I will date for the rest of my life. I'll have a man. I will always have somebody. I will date for as long as I can, but I don't see how marriage can benefit me unless it's for finances. If you ever hear that I'm getting married, just know that man is loaded. He's got racks and racks and racks. Having another baby, no. Marriage, another kid, no. As mentioned, the sacrifices are just way too much, especially with kids. I feel like with marriage, whatever, you can get married and get divorced and get married again. But with kids, you have to sacrifice a lot. You have to be there emotionally, mentally, physically. It's just too much, and I don't have it in me anymore. I'm good with the ones I have. Why you shut people? Lesejo, why are you coming for me? Why you shut people all the time when they try to offer help though they expect nothing? And it's all good intentions. I think that's just an insecurity that I have to deal with by myself. I think that when someone does something nice for me, sometimes feel like, do I deserve it? And then I overthink it. Then I feel like I need to do something nice for you. So to avoid me doing something nice for you back, I just push you away. Just don't even try to do anything nice for me. You know what I mean? But that's just definitely an esteem thing. Probably childhood trauma as well. I don't know. No, you don't understand how God is using you to restore women in similar situation as you. Stop allowing the devil to lie and deceive you. The purpose of your channel is bigger than what you think. We understand vlogging is hard, but other women come to your platform to be encouraged. No, I understand where you're coming from with your message, and I appreciate it. But other women coming here to be encouraged, I'm healing other women. I needed to be healed. It was not the devil lying to me. I needed to do my own healing off screen. But let's all encourage each other. Box rural single mom. Why do you quit your job so easily without fighting? Does having a mom who is a nurse and a sister who does not have kids make you feel spoiled and expect them to cover you financially? The day your sister has her own family or your mom goes in pension, will you still be an easy job quitter? Do you have entitlement issues? Do you think your mom owes you for not giving you opportunities your sisters had? Do you expect your sister to feel bad that she went to private school and got better opportunities and now she must help you raise your kids? Okay, she says she's not fighting. She apologizes if her questions. Okay, thank you, and rules, mom. Okay, why do you quit your job so easily without fighting? Who said I didn't fight? I don't wake up and quit a job. By the time I come here and tell you guys that I quit a job, a lot of fighting has been happening in the background. Obviously, I'm not going to come here and tell you everything because some things, obviously, I can't say. Does having a mom who's a nurse and a sister who does not care make you feel spoiled and expect them to cover you financially? Do you guys know how much nurses earn? Do you think that having a mom that was a nurse would make me just want to quit? Do you know how much nurses earn? They work hard, they bring life into this world, they save lives, but do you know how much they actually earn? Nurses don't earn enough for me to be like, well, I got my mom was going to take care of me. And having a sister who doesn't have kids expect me to cover me financially. When did I ever say my parents, my mom and my sister covers me financially when I quit my jobs? On part one, I did mention how I've been surviving financially, so I hope that by the time you see this, you would have seen why nobody takes care of me. Whatever money I get in my account, right now my baby daddy just sent me money because he wanted to. The other time my sister sent me money because she wanted to. My friends send me money because they want to. I'm not a burden to anybody. I take care of myself and I take care of my kids. Nobody takes care of me. The day your sister has her own family and your mom goes into pension, will you still be an easy job quitter? Yes. Yeah. I will always quit a job if they fucking piss me off. If the environment is not conducive to my mental health, I'll quit a job. And that's because I take care of myself. I've already explained how in my previous video. But yeah, when my sister getting her own family and my mother going to in pension doesn't affect me at all. My parents and my sister do not take care of me. They help me when I need it. Sometimes they help me when I don't need it, but they do not take care of me. Do you have entitlement issues? Njani, when am I firstborn daughter? Do you think your mom owes you for not giving you opportunities that your sister had? No, my mom did what she could. I've never actually made it seem as if my mother owes me or my mother should feel some type of way for not giving me the same opportunities as my sister. My mom did what she could with me, and then when my sister came around, there was money, a little bit of money at home, and my mom did what she could with my sister. Definitely not. And then what is the last one? Do you expect your sister to feel bad that she went to private school and got better opportunities than you? I don't see how my sister got better opportunities than me. We just went to different schools. My sister going to private school and me going to a township school, like a hood school, we still got the same opportunities because we both went to varsity. So I don't see how maybe going to a private school got her better opportunity. I don't know how. We both went to varsity. I studied what I wanted to study. She studied what she wanted to study. So I don't know. Now she must help you raise my kids. Who said my sister helps me raise my kids? I don't know rural single mom where all of this is coming from. I'm not sure how long you've been on this channel, but it's not it. And my wish for you is to find your breakthrough, all facets in life. I feel like you experience pure joy for a short period of time. Before you know it, you have to deal with other things. May God hear you. May you give you a break. I believe He will. Thank you so much. And you're right. I do experience like great highs and low lows. And the highs are very short-lived. But I always come through, and I know God's got my back. And I really, really appreciate you also, praying on my behalf. It means a lot to me. Chennai, how do you handle friendship drama? You have so many friends and always there for you? How do you understand when you can't go out now that you're unemployed? It may be hard on you financially. I think because I don't have friendship drama, Shem guys. Spadala, like there comes a time where you just don't have that kind of drama because you're old. Like, come on now, stop it. That thing needs to be stopped in high school and your early 20s. And also when it comes to going out and stuff, as mentioned, spadala, like I'm friends with people who understand and know we're not always going to be able to go outside. If anything, I'm the one who's always trying to go outside with my friends. You would swear I'm the one at the job. But my friends have had my back. Like sometimes when we go out and I can't pay, they'll pay for me because I've done it for them before. So it's shame. I've got 3 when it was time to choose friendships. Oh, that was it. I hope that I'm gonna have to delete this so that any more questions that come up, you guys don't feel like I didn't answer that. But I am done. I do hope that I answered these questions to the best of my ability. I do hope that they were clear. Obviously there are things that I can't like fully talk about because I can't talk about dating life. It's something I remember a couple of years ago. I did a get to know me, and someone asked me about where do I draw the line when it comes to what I share and who I'm dating, what I'm doing, my dating life. That's where I draw the line. I protect that. I can't talk too much about, as much as I invited you guys with the co-parenting thing. There's just too many other people who are involved. If it was just me and Milans' dad, trust me, we would do a sit-down video together. Maybe I must actually invite him for a sit-down video. But I know that if it was just between the two of us, there was no other people, we would probably have a better co-parenting relationship. We probably have a better friendship going on. You would have seen him more on this channel, but there's just too many people at play, too many people I need to respect, too many people I need to consider. So I know that I invited you into this, but there's some things that I can't go kakhulu. So I do hope that I answered them to your satisfaction. I do hope that you enjoyed this live update. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you in Vlogtober. I can't wait. I will see you on the 1st of October.